Hi, my name is Tamika and this is my channel Tamika Uploaded, and today we're going to be talking about Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige.
Check this out.
Hey you guys, I've missed y'all so much. It's good to see you guys again, and I'm really stoked. I just recently finished this book not too long ago, and it is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige. And I've been wanting to read a book this month by an African American author, and not only is she a writer, but she's also a producer of TV shows. And a cool thing I found out about this book is that I think it is up for its own television series, and I think it's with the CW, but don't quote me on that, it could be Fox. And if something deserved its own show, I think this would. Now, mind you, there's been plenty of other shows. I think it was called like The 10 Men and other spin-offs to the Dorothy series. So we'll see, but I am in love with the female lead in this. Her name is Amy, and she is amazing. And so we're just gonna go straight into it. If you've never heard of Dorothy Must Die before, I'm gonna give you a synopsis. This will be a spoiler-free review because that's how I roll. But I am gonna tell you how I felt, all right? So, Dorothy Must Die is the story of a girl named Amy who is an outcast amongst her peers, and she's the mistake her mother wished that she had never made. One day, through a series of unfortunate events, she is kicked out of school and she's thrust into a tornado that lands her on the edge of a cliff in Oz. Armed with only her morals of right and wrong, as well as her pet rat Star, she goes on an epic journey where the characters you love from the original story, you're going to hate them. And the ones that you hated from the original story, you are going to cry for. And what I really enjoyed about this book is that at the end of this book, I literally said, the bitch must die. Dorothy Must Die is crazy. Oh my gosh, like, Danielle, you created something to love, okay, honey? Yes. I love the book so much, and let me tell you why I did love it. First of all, we start off with the backstory of Amy. We learn that she lives in a trailer park. We learn that it's just her and her mother, and that she's always been an outcast. We found out that her nickname is Salvation Amy. Craziness, and that she's always been picked on, even though they're all from like the same kind of worlds. And she was through with life, and I just really feel as though anybody who's ever been in a situation where they felt like an outcast, where they felt as though no one understood them, and that even when they went home there was no real reprieve, you can really connect with this character and you can understand this journey she goes on. And then when she ends up in Oz, it's like she's put into this world where she was a nobody and now she's everything. And yes, this is a very popular trope you'll see in many books where they're the one, you know, like, because you're here now we can do everything. But I love this idea in Dorothy because this is exactly what happened with Dorothy in the original story. And she is from Kansas. It's all connected, but for whatever reason, how is Amy different from Dorothy? That's really the answer. Is she any different from Dorothy? And in many ways she is, because Dorothy, you know, grew up on a farm, and, you know, she was this well-to-do, sweet girl with Aunt Annie M. And we're talking about Amy here, Salvation Amy, and her familiar is a freaking rat, right? As opposed to our little adorable Toto. So I loved it. And there's like two male interests in here, and I was kind of rooting for one, and I ended up rooting for the other one. I end up rooting for both of them, and I'm just like, But by the end of the book, you're gonna have to only root for one, and when you read it, you'll understand why. Like, well, I mean, I guess you could root for both of them. I really don't know how this book could go. I don't know. But Danielle creates the perfect villain. Dorothy is the perfect villain. Like, you love to hate someone, you love to hate Dorothy. I mean, to the point where there's a scene where there's a rat and she has one of her maids go kill it. She was like, because she got nail polish over her. She said, for your punishment, I need you to go catch that rat for me. And she was like, okay, princess, I'll go do that. She goes, gets the rat. And then she says, well, what are you going to do with it? Kill it. And she was like, but how? She says, strangle it and squeeze it in your hand. And you can just imagine this. Imagine this. Having a live animal in your hand and squeezing it to death. You guys, that imagery alone just had me. It just had me. I said, Dorothy, you are the worst person on the planet. And then there's other things that she does that just goes on and on to how horrible she is of a human being. I mean, it's just like, she really does have to die. Like, if you're not gonna do it, Amy, I will do it. Like, I have no problem shooting that bullet. Like, that's how much you cannot stand Dorothy. Whew. But with all that said, I just want to tell y'all, I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. The Wicked Will Rise is coming out. Completely excited about that. And I really think that anyone who didn't even like The Wizard of Oz should still go and pick this up. It is amazing. It is insane. It's absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it. Again, if you love story retellings at all, I again urge you, pick up Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige. She is a fantastic writer. This was so much fun. I was so thrown into this story, and it's pretty fast paced. Fast pace. If you love magic, if you love fantasy, if you love witches, if you love mazes and all that wonderful stuff that makes this story great, I urge you to get Dorothy Must Die. All right, you guys, I'll see y'all again where we will have another talk, and I, as always, love you, and I'll see y'all again. Bye.